Hey Super Awesome Stampers, this is Super Awesome Stamper Shirley. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today this is a scrapbooking Sunday video filmed on a Thursday. This design was created for the quarterly demonstrator meeting that I am heading up this Saturday. It's called Fall Fling 2017 for the Madison area Stamping Stars. This will be one of the make and takes. And I wanted to share how I used up most of my 8.5 by 11 Sweet Sugar Plum and almost all of that 12 by 12 piece of pattern paper. So let's get started. Now the first thing that I keep in my, on top of my ink pad holder is Whisper White cut in 6 pieces. So it's an 8.5 by 11 of Whisper White. I cut it at 4 1/4. And then from the 2 long pieces that are left, I cut those in thirds. So it works out to be about 3.6 inches. So I get about, well, I get 6 pieces of about 4 1/4 by about 3.6 inches of Whisper White. So that's how I minimize my waste from Whisper White, because that Whisper White will go right there. Now I do have a scrap pile of Whisper White. So from that, I will punch all of the bows you see here adorning the corners from the Holly Builder punch. And then in addition, I have some Sweet Sugar Plum scrap. You'll see from this piece. And I punch the circle there for the center of the bow. And then I just adhere those circles. That's actually the only thing that's adhered down are those little circles in the center of the bow. Alright, the next no scrap thing that I will share is the Sweet Sugar Plum. So this is 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and it is 1/4 of an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. So let me get this all in there. Oops. And I've got the camera on that flexible stand, so I'll try not to bump it again. So I cut my 8.5 11 in 4 pieces. So at 4 1/4 again, and then at 5 1/2. So I get 4 equal pieces. And those went right there. Alright, the next no scrap thing, actually I'll stay on that Sweet Sugar Plum. This I will give everybody a 1/4 piece and they can punch to their heart's content. Initially I punched some plain ones, but decided I wanted to stamp it and then punch to get a little detail there. So they'll get a 1/4 sheet of that to play with. And then right here, this is an 8.5 by 11 for a full mat. And it can be used for the header. So people can write their header, having fun at grandma's party. So initially I thought this would be a fun vintage layout with that black, basic black 12 by 12 and then the black pattern paper from the Merry Music specialty paper. Now let me step away and I need to actually pull in a different piece. This is 12 by 12 and I'm going to show you how we're going to use most of the 12 by 12 here. I'm going to flip it around this way so we can see this a little better. So I'm pulling it all up for my layout. You can kind of see where I'm going here. And then there was one piece I didn't use. Here we go, right here. So the first thing that I did to minimize how much scrap I'm creating is I made the cut at 8.5 inches right here. So I've cut it off and got 8.5 inches by 12 inches. And then I cut this piece off. So this piece, actually I cut this. It's easier if I do it this way. I cut this one to 8. So this larger square is 8 inches by 8.5 inches. So I'm left with this piece, and then I was left with this strip at the top. So from that strip, I cut it at 5 inches twice. And then I get this little extra piece, which they'll just go home with because I don't need to add it to my pile. And those pieces right here went underneath for photo mats. I just love this kind of swirly look. Swirly piece. This piece went right here. And this piece went right here. Now I will add measurements as I'm talking through this video so you can kind of know what you are shooting for when you get out your cutting tool, but I just wanted to share how I cut everything down. So, thanks for watching. This is super awesome. Stamper Shirley. Bye. Oh, I'm going to come back because I did want to go through what I used. Label Me Pretty. So here is that stamp. We've got a coordinating punch to perfectly punch those images out. And then the leaves right there. Leaf bunch is right here from Awesomely Artistic. And I use the Sweet Sugar Plum ink to stamp those leaves. And then this is our new Sweet Sugar Plum ribbon, the striped grosgrain. So that's it. Thanks for watching. This is super awesome Stamper Shirley. Happy scrapping. Bye.